Hi, this is Alan Weaver. I want to show you how to watermark a photo. A watermark is where you have like copyright, your name and everything in there. This will help people from stealing it. Not going to guarantee that it doesn't. But one of the ways of doing it, you could just create this on your own and do it every time, copy it. What I'm going to do is to create an action. An action is something repetitive that all you have to do is press a key and it works. So I'm going to create a new action. I have my actions thing here. Click over here, new action, and I could call it watermark. If I want to abbreviate it into a function key, I'll go into here and let's say I'll use the F12 key. Say record. What we're going to do, we're going to be putting in a text box, and I'm going to click on text. I'm going to use a white text, something like a neutral font, large enough, and I click in here. And to put in the copyright symbol, I hold down the Alt 0169 on the number pad. I type in my name, and this is pretty much a good size. So I'll complete the action. Checkbox here. I can distort if I want to. I wouldn't say it's for typography or anything, but since I'm putting this on here and I rotate it, kind of get it in the middle. Enter. That's done. We're going to lighten it, give it a drop shadow, make it look a little more elegant. So I click on Layer, Layer Style, Drop Shadow. And I'm just going to use the drop shadow here. We can sample it here. And I give it a little bit of a distance. And I can do the size here. I don't need to do the spread. It shows it shows up on the screen. If you want to, you can. I say, okay, way too large. What we're going to do, a couple of things here. We just go into here. Adjust the fill, lightens it out, affect the opacity. Depending on what you're doing, that's still a little bit too dark. I can just loosen it in a little bit more. So it just says that I'm the photographer of this. So we've got that done, and on there. If we're going to save the photo, you could do a save as. This will become a PSD, and just give it another name so you don't ruin your original folder or work with an alternate thing in there. And now we're going to complete the action. Now I'm going to open up another photo. Actually, that's the same one. It's a similar one. I hit the F12 key. This is actually a little bit too big. And to do this, pretty easy thing here. I'll shrink this down in here. We just go into the corner, hold it down, position it in there. Because this is working with the proportions of one item, so I just did that. It literally took me about 5 or 6 seconds to do that. So I have two photos with the drop shadow in there. So if you're doing a batch of them, like 12 photos for a portfolio, I would suggest doing that. Save them as JPEGs. And another tip I would also say that I've told other people I've worked with, downsize the grain on it, or the image quality. If I go to image, I go to image size. This says 4x3x200. Make it 75. You can make it a little bit larger. It's going to be a little bit grainier. They're not going to want to work with that. It's going to be too darn much work for them. There will be some pirate that will spend probably 2 hours to avoid paying you a fee for the photo.